Thank you. I'm pretty sure the men in the room agree with me, ladies. You look spectacular, you look fantastic. And I want to thank you for the opportunity today that I've got to come and speak for you and to encourage you. And just like you, I'm involved in something where there are mostly men, and I feel sometimes like in the majority, or in the minority actually. And you know what that's like. You know what it's like to be involved in something where the guys rule and all the rules are according to their rules, and every now and then you've got to put your foot down to actually get your way. Or is it just me? I want to tell you today about my experiences as a mountaineer. The very first time I climbed a mountain was Kilimanjaro back in 1995. And I've been climbing mountains ever since. From there, I went to Mount Everest, which is the tallest mountain in the world. And so most of the stories you're going to hear today is actually about what happens on Mount Everest. So when it comes to facing this mountain called Everest, and I'm sure you've got mountains in your life also. They're probably not physical mountains, but I mean, come on, being a policewoman, you probably face 100 mountains every day. Am I right? So in facing your mountains and climbing your mountains, this is what I want to show you just in terms of what this mountain called Everest is all about. So here's some footage that you see now, and this is typically what you can expect Mount Everest to look like. Everest, unlike Kilimanjaro, which takes about 7 days to climb, it takes approximately 3 months to climb this mountain. You are designed to carry babies for 9 months, so 3 months is really not such a big deal. But now, think about this. You don't get to bath, ladies. Now, I know as policewomen, you get to do that at least every day, right? So, oh, that's good. I just heard a few yeses. You do get to bath every day. Okay, okay, thank you very much. I was wondering for a second there. You also don't get to wash your hair, because if there's any moisture in your hair, that will freeze also. Think about this. Back in apartheid South Africa, a young kid from the townships deciding that she wants to climb Mount Everest one day. Can you imagine how ridiculous that would have sounded to anybody? But I tell you what, through God's grace, I was able to hold on to this idea. And so in 1995, I saw an advert, an entry form in the paper that asked for women from South Africa to actually apply to go and be on the very first South African Everest expedition. I filled it in, and that's how I ended up going to Mount Everest. Is that okay? Now, that was the first team. In 1996, we were on the mountain. We were the first team to plant the South African flag on the top of Mount Everest, and I'm very proud of that achievement. Now, what do you have to do once you face the mountain, once you know what the mountain looks like, once you know what you're heading into? You've got to know what your plan is. How would you like to get to the mountain and find out, oh my gosh, I don't have a tent to sleep in? Wouldn't that be a problem? Or you find, I don't have gloves and it's going to be -20 on any given day. Or you find that the ropes you need to climb this mountain are not long enough because you need a 100-meter length, but you've only brought a 30-meter length of rope. Having the vision is not enough. We've got to actually show with our action, with our works, that we want to make it happen. As I was busy preparing myself that morning, I woke up in Camp 2 and I was full of energy. I wanted to climb through to the Lhotse face. As I was preparing myself that morning, it hit me. I've never been to Camp 3 before. Never been to Camp 3 before. You know that reality when it sets in. I've never done this before. What happens? Anxiety. Hey? Anxiety rises up in your system, so you become ineffective in what you're doing. So I just remember strapping on my boots ever so reluctantly and putting on that harness and getting my ropes and my pack together. My pack weighed about 12 kilograms. That's not too bad. And I just remember being able to drink half a cup of tea that morning because I was so nervous about what's coming next. Never been there before. And yet I knew in order to get to the top of this mountain, I have to face the next camp. 7 hours later, 7 hours later, I poured into Camp 3 like a spilt drink. I was finished. Klaar, kaput, stikkend, verby. So I want to leave you with this quote. It's one of my favorite quotes. It was written by Marianne Williamson, and it goes something like this. She says our deepest fear is not that we're inadequate. Our deepest fear is that we're powerful beyond measure. It is our light and not our darkness that most frightens us. We ask ourselves, who am I to be gorgeous, brilliant, talented, fabulous? Actually, who are you not to be? You're a child of God, and your playing small does not serve the world. She says there's nothing enlightened about shrinking so that others won't feel insecure around us. We were born to make manifest the glory of God within us. It's not just in some of us, it's in everyone. And as you let your light shine, you subconsciously give others the right to do the same. And as we are liberated from our own fear, our presence automatically liberates others. So ladies, I want to thank you for your time and thank you for being such a great audience.